Good morning, everybody. This is going to be a short video talking about point of view in academic writing. I noticed that a lot of you are using you when you're doing your formal academic writing, and I personally don't like it, and I think it weakens your paper. However, there are times when you is appropriate. But let's go over this presentation and we'll talk about that as we go through it. First of all, I'm sure everyone is aware that first person, second person, and third person, singular and plural. I try to always write in the plural if I can. We'll talk about that a little bit. Come down here. If you are going to use pronouns, make sure that you stay consistent. If you look through these examples, this person has jumped from us and then they've gone into you in the next clause. So you've gone from us to you. That is inconsistent. Some of you in your papers have done that, so try to clean that up as well. And if you noticed, after they've cleaned up the error, they went from us, so we. That way they're using us and we, and if you look up here, us and we, they go together. They are consistent. They match. So try not to jump around. Try to stay consistent with your pronoun usage. Next, first person. First person is good for stories or narratives and also personal experiences. If you're going to use a specific example from something that has happened to you, it is okay to use I. The only thing I really don't like is I think or I believe. It is not necessary. To take an example of this, I think the author is very convincing. First of all, I know you're writing the paper, so I know that it is your thoughts. But again, I think the author is very convincing. Now let's take away I think. The author is very convincing. Which one sounds stronger? The second one, the author is very convincing, sounds stronger. And since the rest of the semester will be concentrating on persuasion and argumentative essays, the stronger your sentences sound, the stronger your evidence or the stronger your persuasion will be. Because remember, your audience may not agree with the point that you're trying to make, but that's the overall reason you're writing the paper. You want me to think like you do in an argumentative paper. So don't use I think or I believe because it weakens the sentence overall power. Next, the second person. Please try to stay away from you and your, because you're not talking directly to me. I know that you're using you as to talk about one person or in general, but try to stay away from you. It is okay to use you in certain types of papers, especially like a process, because you're talking directly to a person. Next, you will want to open box A. Then you will want to open box C and connect them. If you're showing them a process or how to build something, that is okay. But please, in formal writing, don't use you. It weakens your paper. If you take a look here on your own, if you've noticed in the box here, they used you, but over here they replaced it with the authorities. First of all, it sounds better, it's more specific, and I don't think you're directly talking to me. In Russia, you. What is you? You really mean to talk about customers. In many states, you. Well, who is you? You mean to talk about prisons, or their prisons have rehabilitation programs. So try to stay away from you. Try to be specific. And if you've noticed, they used plural, plural, and plural. That'll be my next point. I'm going to jump over third person for a quick second here. Well, I'll stay here. Third person, I like to write in the plural because then I get away from using his or her. Let me show you an example. Look at the first sentence here. The student will choose his or her schedule for the summer. That is okay, but if you keep doing that throughout the essay, it starts to get tedious. Look at the second example. The students will choose their schedule for the summer. Here, I like their because it's not as wordy as his or her. So I try to write in the plural if I can. If not, use one. However, one can sound very pretentious. So choose what you like, but please, again, try to write in the plural if you can, and stay away from you. So if you read over these examples, you'll see how they have used the plural in order to help them write and stay away from his or her. The last point of this video is gender. Try to stay away from he or his. I admit it. I still hear or I think if someone says doctor, I automatically think of a man. That's something I need to change because society has changed. However, when you're writing your essays, make sure that you have gender equality. Try not to always put man on top or the masculine in front of women. Okay? So read through this. I think it will help you, and it will help you with the quiz, and it will help you when you're doing your writing. Thank you.